Hi everybody, welcome to this video titled Configuring Microsoft Word with Business Central as part of the Business Central Pre-Sales Workshop. My name is Craig Kreskus. I'm a Partner Solution Architect here at Microsoft, and I just want to say thank you for being a part of the workshop, the series, and learning more about how to expand our reach with Business Central. Now, this training video is just designed to help think through how you can integrate and edit certain reports and layouts using Microsoft Word. So the first of the three exercises that we're going to perform is just a really simple rebranding exercise. I want to go ahead and maybe I have some requirements from a customer who has asked me to edit or change some of the layout and the key features that I have and the data that's showing up. So there'll be a rebrand exercise to start with. So the first thing I do is use the Alt Q, so that's the Alt key plus my Q key, and that'll invoke the global search. And I type in for report selection sales. It's highlighted here on your screen. Now you'll see here, I'm going to choose from the drop-down list. You can see that there's quote, blanket order, invoice, etc. So you choose the form that you might have requirements to change. I'm going to use the sales invoice, and I'll refer to it sometimes as 1306, that's the report ID. And this is a link, so if you click on it, it'll show you all of the pre-built or included report layouts. And just to give yourself a little bit of real estate, you can expand that here. So you can see you have the standard report design and some with blue, tax specs. And you can also change or run the report, I should say. So from the ellipsis, let's just take a look at what this invoice that I have highlighted here, and well, it's called blue. And I'll run the report. Go ahead and choose a posted invoice. I select the first one in the list, and then I'll send that to Microsoft Word. It'll drop to your folder called Downloads, and in here you can see what that report looks like. So this is the sales invoice, pretty straightforward. I got the invoice number, who the customer is, our information, and then the line items and the document date. So we'll go ahead and select that. Now you can also change this to change it based on how you prefer to navigate. From here, I'll do the edit info. So I have that report, and it's just good practice, right? I don't want to edit the existing report layout. I want to do a copy of it. And then in this case here, just for the workshop, for the pre-sales workshop, I'll call this green. I changed the layout name and also the description to match. Now that I've renamed it, you can see here, again, I have the same 1306. This time it's called green. And I'll export the layout and go ahead and open that up. Now, this looks a little different, right? Because this is just the layout. I haven't run the report. And from here, right, again, if we're performing any kind of basic tasks such as font, color sizing, resizing fields, you can complete this here within Microsoft Word. So again, that's a great message to bring forth to customers and prospects because again, I don't need a technical report writer necessarily. I can do these basic tasks in Microsoft Word. So I've changed the color. I haven't resized anything, but feel free on your time if you want to do that. Once I'm done, I'll hit save and close. And the way this behavior works is I've renamed it, I've exported it, and then you need to import it or replace the layout. So we'll go ahead and import that layout, hit yes, and then just browse to where you have that. So again, mine's saved here on my desktop under downloads, and it's the sales invoice green for workshop. And now you can see if I run the report, the changes that I made. Again, I just changed some basic fonting and added the color green to maybe mirror the branding of the customer. And that was the requirement. Next, let's go and get a little bit deeper into the word forms, and that's adding data. Now, before you do this, please make sure that you have the ability to customize your ribbon and ensure that the developer add-in is turned on. So I've got that highlighted for you right here because this is what we use to add data to the report layout. returning back to that layout screen, right? So I'm in my report layout, 1306. I'm using the one that is highlighted green. Let's go ahead and export this again. I'll open the file, and under the Developer tab, you'll have in the ribbon this XML mapping pane. So just confirm that that is available, and also make sure you're using the correct report layout, 1306. From the right side, you will be looking for that 1306, and then you can expand all of the entities, all the fields that are available for me to then certainly just drag and drop onto that report. So for example, maybe I want the document date. So you right click on there, you'll select Insert Control, and then Insert Plain Text. And that's it. So now when I generate this report, the document date, which is also down at the bottom, but I'll just show you here, is at the top. I'll hit Close, Save and Close. And then, of course, you're going to replace, you save and close, and then I can run the report. And then notice you've got the document date on the screen. Now I'm going to take you through one more example. This sort of extends just the traditional experience of an accounting system or financial management system, and that we can use Word form templates to do bulk communications to customers. So let's take a look at that again. I'm going to start out, we're going to use entities in Business Central as the data source for the template. And then we're going to merge the fields to personalize the document for each of the entities. So we'll start by, again, just doing the global search. I'm looking for Word templates. And here you see we've given some in the sample data. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create a Template. And I'm going to add a new entity. And I'll go ahead and search for that. And I'm searching for contact. So you could type in 5050 or type in the word contact. Should bring you there. And I'll hit Next. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and add the related entity. And that's the salesperson. So I'm making the relationship, the connection between the salesperson and the contact at the customer. I'll select OK. And now you see I've got the starting point to do that mail merge, essentially. Now I'm going to download the template. Open up a zip file here. And I'm looking for the Word document. And I'll go ahead and copy that. And I'm going to paste that because I want to get it out of the zip file so that I can use this to edit. So open this up and you'll select Yes. Come into Mailings inside of Microsoft Word. Type what you want. So for example here, just a very simple example of hello. I've got the dynamic control of the name, of my contact name, and then I just say, welcome to Kronos. We appreciate your business. And I'm going to go ahead and insert a field. And again, you could see all the fields that are available to me here. I'm looking for the sales underscore. I'm going to put in the name. And that's going to bring in the salesperson's name. Again, close out, hit Save and Close. Hit Next. Just like we've done earlier, we're going to go ahead and browse. Go get out that contact template that you just created off of the contact entity. Hit Next. We'll call it Workshop. Again, you just need to have a required field here in the code. Hit Next and then Finish. And next, let's go ahead and send an email to the contact from within Business Central. I have contacts set up here as a favorite at the top of my home screen. And I'll go ahead and select Home. And I'm going to send an email. And you can see that I forgot to do something. And I didn't cover this in the workshop. And that's, we need to make sure our email settings are set up. So make sure you set up your email. And we did not do this in any of the previous videos. So I'll hit Next, and now you should be all set. So accept the defaults. Now you can come back in here, hit Send Email, and you can see where I can compose an email, but I can also leverage the template called Workshop. Hit Finish, and now you can see here it's bringing in the contact of the customer and then also the contact of the sales rep. And I can hit the Send Email. And then you can always go under More Options, see the history of how what emails were sent out. Okay. So that's just an example of how we can leverage Microsoft Word within Business Central. Now, I do not have any pre-built demos on the role-based or on the business process-based demos. This was just designed to show you how you can leverage and integrate Microsoft Word with Business Central. I want to say thank you so much for your time and attention and participating in this video titled Configure Microsoft Word. My name is Craig, and I will see you on another video again real soon.